Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Patricia, and this is Langrisser Mobile. Alright, so we just got Patricia, or however you pronounce her name. Patrice, I guess. Where is her name? Where is she? There she is. Anyway, I have her at 4 stars, which gives her damage increase when unit HP, based off unit HP, maximum 20%. When actively dealing damage, it applies up to Soul Burning Plague to enemy 3 times. Each application only has a 50% chance of succeeding. And the debuff makes it so after taking action, they take fixed damage based off caster's int. And then when a debuff is dispelled, it prioritizes the Soul Burning Plagues. So it's kind of like the opposite of what do you call it? Those stacks that Lightbringer has. So, but instead, it's a debuff, and it prioritizes the cleanses. Let's see, stacks up to 5 times, lasts for 2 turns. She has both her classes are mages. I believe Wizard has higher int, but Crimson Crown Mage has kind of better general stats, and I think it has slightly better bond abilities. Anyway, as for her spells, she has a variety of AoEs, a few single targets. Her exclusives right now is a 1 cost, which makes it so whenever attacked and receiving damage, if her HP is below 30% and the skill's not cooldown, it automatically activates. You can also activate it normally, which will dispel 2 debuffs from the caster, then recover HP, which means you can actually potentially get rid of heal negate before the heal applies. And then also it reduces all cooldowns by 2, which is pretty awesome. And then her other exclusive is a single target spell that has a range of 3. Let's see. If equipped with ranged soldiers, they will also attack. And it does 1.6 times damage. For every debuff on the enemy, it'll do an extra 10% damage up to 30%. It also will apply a random powerful debuff after battle. So with her talents, it's pretty easy to probably get the 30%, assuming you're not going up against someone like Rose and Seal. Besides that, she kind of just has a mixture of a bunch of AoEs and single targets, and then she has 1 buff of all things, but Mass Resist is actually not too shabby. Soldier choices, she kind of has a decent spread. She got Sorceresses, Molten Sorcerers, and Crystal Warlocks. She even has Phalanxes if you really want to play around with that. You could probably do Phalanxes if you just want to do AoEs only. Besides that, not much else to say. I went ahead and just equipped her with some Night Blooms, Tenuos, and some Vidars. And then for castings, I just got up to level 6 and everything. Alright, so with all that said and done, let's go ahead and... Oh, also the factions. Empire, Princess, and Mythical, which is a pretty good spread. Those are all pretty common factions, and we just recently got a Mythical faction buffer. Alright, so let's go ahead and dive into this. For those who defy Father's wishes, let my flames help you reflect on your sins. Oh yeah, I didn't even tally up the rate from last video. We got 4 SSRs, and it was over 190 summons. So on average, there's like about 47 summons per SSR, which is about on average. And then my off banner rate was a little lower, or a little worse, but that's probably because we did so well in the previous banner. Anyway, with all that said and done, let's go ahead and dive into this. Sorry, I'm just listening to this different music. Okay, her stacks are gone, so she doesn't have a self-res, but I am out of range anyway. Oh, didn't realize you had a ranged attack. That worked out. Alright. To end this war, to see Father's warm smile, I will never cease to blaze brilliantly. And we are starting with Rosen Seal. Okie dokie. So I can easily get to, I can open with an attack, but that's not going to really get me very far. Not sure how this will play. So I can go immediately into an opener here. Alright. So your AoE's gonna reach. Okay. All right. Just gonna do this. Thank you. And then I can do this. Which ain't gonna do too much. Hey, we. Yeah. All right. Okay, cool. Okay, not too bad. Alright, 3C yet. Alright, so 3C. Assist active skill grants +3 mobility to all allies within range of 2 and applies Providence of the Flaming Crown. Immune to mobility reduction. Before battle, applies 1 stack of Soul Burning Plague to the enemy. Upon death, Patricia deals 0.1 times magic AoE damage to the damage dealer. Cannot be dispelled. Lasts for 4 turns. After using this skill, it is replaced with Crimson Crown Command for 3 turns. So what the Crimson Crown Command is a 0.4 times AoE that also applies a bunch of her stacks. I don't remember what else it does, but essentially the idea is you throw this up, which will give you your rush box mobility as well as a bunch of these soul burning plagues. Sorry, the Providence of the Flaming Crown. So when you send your first rush unit in, either it will survive, in which case its secondary, while the Crimson Crown is active, there's a passive attached to it as well that makes it so she can target based off 2 spaces from anyone that has the Providence of the Flaming Crown or has 3 or more of her Soul Burning Plague on a unit. So she can literally just nuke from across the map. So the idea is you send a rush unit in, preferably one that can survive, and then you can just start AoEing based off that unit's position. And in the worst case scenario, if that unit happens to die, you'll still end up, doing some damage to the unit that caused the kill. And since you did damage, there's a good chance you'll stack. There's a chance you can stack up 3 on the killer. In which case, you can just base your AoEs off of that. In which case, you can just nuke across the map anyway. So it's really interesting. It's definitely really designed for a kind of a rush box, which is a little unfortunate. I actually had pretty good luck with a lot of her enchants and stuff, but like I said in the previous video, I don't really have a place for her right now. And there's a bunch of other characters that are going to be coming out in the next 2 months. We got, Future Elmelda that's coming out. And then there's, of course, the inscription talent for Zerda, which is going to pretty much bring her back into the fold as a very viable assassin and a faction buffer. So there's a lot for me to work with in the future. So that is it for now. I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I am the Depressed Dealer. This was Langrisser Mobile. I'll see you guys next time.